So do you have, so because we have to spend 6 months with these people, right? Do you have like a vetting process on, for me, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
For me, it's important that the next 6 months, that I enjoyed them. It's a personality that I enjoy. When I come in every day,
Absolutely.
I enjoy seeing them. Yeah. I like the way they communicate. Like, I like them.
Yeah.
So I have a list of questions, a big, huge survey list of questions they have to answer and submit when someone wants to apprentice here. And we go through them, and I have what I call my trigger questions. And I'm looking like, why do you want to do permanent makeup? Why, if anywhere they answer money, mention money at all, then
it's not the right motive.
It's not the right motive, and I discard that application. I'm looking for, I'm looking for certain things, certain qualities. But once I decide, like, okay, I like this application. She sounds really good. Then I start doing a little emailing with them. Hey, I got your application. This is Taryn, and I really like, I like you mentioned this and this, and can you elaborate on this? And then if we get through like a little bit of emailing dialogue, and I still like them,
yes,
or I still find
that's
them,
huge. Yes,
I do a Zoom.
Yeah,
I do a Zoom call.
Oh,
with them.
That's brilliant. I've never done that, but that is actually brilliant.
I do a Zoom.
Yeah.
We just did one last Saturday, because I think a Zoom, and they're super nervous, and I know that, but a Zoom, it's like you get to hear their voice. And I have other questions and talk to, and that's when I let them know how my apprenticeship works, the type of person that it's going to take to get their money's worth, and what they need out of my 6-month apprenticeship. Because some people come in thinking you're going to do everything for them, or you're going to be sitting by their side 40 hours a week and mothering them, right?
Yeah.
They have unrealistic expectations as the time we can spend with them.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I got to nip that in the bud. So have you run into that? Like, our apprentices feeling like, I should have your more time with you, or I think it's hard, Brittany, because
yes, but I don't think they understand the value in feeling the pressure a little bit and executing and then going, oh, I did it. Right. It's a really like pivotal moment in their career when you back off just a little bit.
Right.
And let them do it.
You got to start cutting the apron strings,
you have
getting them independent.
Because I have, hovered before. And there's a moment to hover, and there's a certain time frame where you should hover, but there's also a time where you have to say, like, you got to go, baby girl. Like, let's do this.
No, I totally get it. I think when I first started doing apprentices years ago, I was a little bit more hovering, and I was a little more like, I got to spend
I was too.
I got to spend like all this time with them, and like all. And now I have a little bit different of approach. So now I'm looking for, apprentices that I think they have to be a self-starter.
Very motivated.
Self-motivated.
Absolutely. Yes.
Because, yes, we are opening our studios and welcome you in to see how we run our studios, the front desk, the business side, the marketing. They go into all the artist rooms and watch all the different artists work. I sit with them, their first 2 or 3 models. But I still have a career.
Yes,
you still have a career that you love.
Yep.
And we're nurturing, and we're not done yet.
Right. Yeah. No.
You want to speak again at another conference,
I know.
Brittany.
Yes, I can't wait.
I know. And and you need your time. It takes
But I think there's a lot of value that sometimes I don't know if the apprentices see or understand, that they get to watch you and myself run a business as well as the skill.
As well as being focused on them.
No one taught me how to run a business. I did it really through so many heartaches.
Right.
So the fact that I can show them how my front office works, how we answer phones, how we handle clients, how we accept paperwork, how we file it, they're learning so much just by being there.
Yeah.
The fact that they get to see the way my business runs, I mean, that's a very intimate detail of my life.
Exactly.
And so, I don't know, I feel like sometimes they don't even understand that that's a gift.
No, sometimes I don't. I don't. Some people don't either.
Yeah. And then every now and then I'll have one who's like, will not leave the front desk, right?
Yeah.
If they don't have a client, they're wanting to learn everything. They want to know how to run the business. and they get it, right?
Sometimes I have to remind my apprentices, you should walk around, go spend time at that front desk, see how we use our online scheduling, listen to how Katrina and Sarah talk to potential clients and how they're booking them, right? They're getting the procedural training because they come in, they set up our trays, they break down our trays, they cleanse the client, they apply the anesthetic, they watch, they get on latex until I'm like, book a model. Book a model. Don't let too much time.
Do you know what's funny though? I have my apprentices book their first models.
Yes.
And they're almost like, you're not finding me a model? I'm like, well, how are you going to run a business if you can't get a model?
Yeah. I was going to ask you that. Do you?
I tell them they have to find their own, and I kind of push them a little bit that way until they come to me and say, I can't find one. And then I'll help them.
Yeah. That's in my contract, actually.
I do say when they sign up for class, that's one of the
But they have to find their own model.
You have to find your own model.
You know what? That's my sentiment exactly. Because if you can't find, actually, I just had a new apprentice start last week. And as I said, you're not ready to get on a model yet, but start looking. But, and then the whole conversation of that came up. And that's exactly what I said. If you can't find a model, how are you going to attract clients? So that's why I don't find them models. But same thing, I mean, we'll post on Facebook. We have a model bank. So
it's so easy for me to find a model for them, though, right?
Yeah,
that kind of defeats the point.
It's easy for me too. But they have to learn that. Yeah. And that alone is a skill.
And putting yourself out on social media, that's hard and scary.
Yeah.
You got to go put yourself out there.
And my group right now, and they may be listening to this, Felicia, Travis, Valerie, Ari, they're not into their social media right now. And I keep, and I'm like, man, your social media, your Instagram, your Facebook, you have to you have got to get that up and running. You got to get used to posting stories every day. You got to get that rocking and rolling.
How did you market 22 years ago, Taryn?
You know what, Brittany, you know exactly how I did it. Kat would bake cookies.
Yes.
And
that's brilliant.
She would bake cookies because she makes really good fucking cookies. And I would
I need a cookie. Kat, where are you?
Yeah. So, Willow, does she not? The Christmas cookies she does every year. Holy hell. Yeah, she's a really good baker.
Okay.
We'll have you and your husband over for dinner.
I would love that.
But we would go to the plastic surgeons and the dentist and the doctor's office, and I would bring cookies in and tins and, and meet, and every Christmas and meet them. I would ask, how do I get a meeting with the doctor? Buy us breakfast. Schedule
You were hustling?
I was hustling. I'd go into salons. I would, find hairdressers to let me put my work on them, and I would not charge them. And I will do you for free, and I will keep you looking beautiful. Put my cards here, and your clients get a 10% discount. I hustled.
Do you know what I tell my apprentices too? The hustle doesn't stop.
No.
Don't you feel like you're still hustling, Taryn? I'm still hustling.
If you are
like, if you're going to go into this business, you have to be motivated and be a hustler.
Yes, because this is an entrepreneurial business, and a successful PMUR is a successful entrepreneur. The hustle never ever stops. You might get a little bit smarter with the hustle.
Yes,
do you know what I mean? A little bit more savvy, a little bit more strategic, and smarter with the hustle, but the hustle never, ever, ever, ever stops, because you got to constantly, refresh your brand like every 5 years. You got to,
I'm still on the phone with my clients, right? Talking to them. Yeah. I'm still checking in on my apprentices, my students. I'm still checking up on people still. It doesn't stop.
And it's gotten harder to fill books, right? I mean, customer acquisition costs have gone up. It's not like it was a few years ago with Instagram and Facebook. It's like the ads aren't working. It's not working like it used to. Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank reminds people I'm obsessed with Shark Tank, but he's constantly, but he has a podcast too. And he's constantly reminding people like, man, getting customers. I don't care if you're a hairdresser or what business you're in. It's like social media doesn't work the way it used to work.
No.
Getting a customer has quadrupled in pricing. Yeah. So I've been telling, look, girl, artists, you need to get back on your feet. You need to hit the streets. Social media is not the only avenue of attracting clients. I mean, go out there in the community and meet your community. Yeah. We just did a booth. What's it called? MILF. It was up on Charleston and like West Charleston, and it was like a little, what would you call it? It's like a MILF market for Mother's Day. Yeah, a little MILF market for Mother's Day.
That's adorable.
It was adorable. Yeah. And we set up a Girlz Inc. booth, and we did little gems for them for free, and all the artists and apprentices
and they
were
loved
there.
it. I'm sure they loved it.
They loved it. And, you know, we got some clients out of it. The apprentices got some models. You know, and I said, even if all you get is models to come in for you to practice drawing, not even necessarily tattooing, but practice your drawing skills, it's a win.
Do you know how many times I say to my apprentices, just get someone in for a brow map?
Yeah.
Just start brow mapping. You don't even have to tattoo them. Just get them in for brow mapping.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a great, like, gateway to get them into, you know?
It really is. And they got to start learning that from the get-go.